Disney, a creator, an innovator, a businessman, a family man. Those are just a few of the things that describe this man's legacy. Walt was and forever will be a pioneer in the animation industry. He is the creator of the iconic Mickey Mouse character. His company has been a leading producer in the film industry since the early 1920s, and they show no sign of letting down. Walt Disney was among the first to use television as a source of entertainment. Walt left the blueprint of innovation to his company predecessors, and to this day, they continue and produce quality entertainment. Walt was born in 1901 in Chicago. At age 7, his family relocated to Kansas City. Later on, it was there that he won a scholarship to the Kansas City Art Institute. While attending the institute, he met a fellow animator by the name of UB Iwerks. Walt and UB would go on to open up their first animation company together. The two, UB and Walt, traveled to Los Angeles in 1923 with nothing but hopes and dreams. There he found a distributor that would help them with a pilot series called Alice Comedies. It was there where he created a character called Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. During the year 4 of production, Walt realized that the distributor had crossed him and had stolen all the rights in animation to Oswald cartoon. It was back to the drawing board for these two animators. From this point forward, Walt would make sure he owned everything he owned. Shortly after that bad experience, UB and Walt took to the drawing board and created the character we all know, Mickey Mouse. This character opened up the door to many more cartoons that followed after. In 1934, Walt had the idea to create an animated movie that would run the same length as a feature film. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was the result. Website D23 states that due to this type of innovative film type, production took 3 years. After Snow White, he went on to create productions like Pinocchio in 1940, Dumbo in 1941, and Bambi in 1942. Then in 1950, he produced his first ever live action film, Treasure Island. In 1954, Disney Studios got their first taste of television showtime with the cartoon series called Disneyland that would go on to run on air for 29 years, and later on he produced the famous Mickey Mouse Club. Walt was a man who was never satisfied with what he had already accomplished. The following year, Walt went on to open Disneyland, a park in Southern California where parents and kids could have fun together. He used his TV airtime to market this theme park. His last production was Mary Poppins, which premiered in 1964. This movie, like many others of Walt's creations, was a first in its class. According to IMDb.com, this was the first movie ever to mix live action with animation. It was considered by many his magnum opus. Walt Disney died in 1966 in LA. Through his brother and lifelong partner, Roy Disney, Walt's unfinished works such as The Jungle Book and The Aristocrats that came out in 1970 was carried out. Prior to Walt's death, his company purchased land in Florida. His brother Roy oversaw production and engineering of what would later be called Walt Disney World. Unfortunately, Walt was not able to see the completion of this project. According to Forbes, today the entire Disney empire is worth $238 billion. It's fair to say that his legacy lives on.